Hey, Good Lifers, Steve Welty here, CEO of Good Life Property Management. Today I want to give you a brief overview, look back in time over the last 3 years or so on what's been going on with the rental market and specifically answer the question, is my rent under market? Because a lot of our clients ask this, especially at lease renewal time, and it's a really interesting story what happened it's unlike any other previous 3-year period, and so I'm going to give this to you here pretty briefly, but I think you'll appreciate it. So if you rented your home, let's use an example of renting out your home in 2020. And by the way, when I'm talking about this topic, I'm mainly focused at people that have had a tenant in their property for a while. Like if it's gone vacant, we can do a market analysis and tell you what it's worth. But a lot of clients are wondering, is my rent under market for my current tenant? So back up to 2020. Pandemic happens. Let's say you leased out your property in 2019 or maybe early 2020. And you remember the vibe at that time. Everyone thought they were going to die. We thought we would have no money. Our businesses, our jobs were going to go away. The pandemic, right? So nobody raised rent in 2020. So like if you had a tenant, let's say 2019 or early 2020, come end of 2020 or early 2021, you're not raising your rent. It's just nobody raised their rent at that time. So then 2021 happens. So let's say early 2021, we have a lease renewal. Same type of thing. Like we started to raise rents a little bit. Now we're like, remember, we're coming out of the pandemic, not coming out, we were still in it in 2021, but like at least there was some certainty of what was going on. So people started, raising rents again, but like modestly, like 5%, like, something like that. And so here's what happened with prices during that time. So 2020, the market went up about 7%, which is historically like a really strong rental market, 7%, right? 2021, the market went up like 27%, depending on the locality, it went up between 20 and 30, 35% in some cases. So that's 2021. So now let's say you rented in 2019. Now you're in 2022. During 2021 and 2022, during the pandemic, you could only raise rent max 10%. So at this point, you're already 15, 20% under market potentially. And then let's say, okay, cool. 2022, we're kind of coming out of the pandemic. I'm going to raise the max 10%. Okay, great. Then 2022, the market went up for rentals about 7% in San Diego. But then toward the end of 2022, it started going down. Prices started to fall for the first time in a while. And then through 2023, prices continued to fall until the time of this recording in May, early May, prices have kind of stabilized for the most part. And so if you kind of do that math, essentially, if you had that tenant in 2019, your property is at least 10% under market, potentially 20% under market in some cases. And so there's different types of owners there's different philosophies on how to handle a lease renewal. Some owners on one side want to figure out, okay, the market's 2,000 or let's say 3,000. All right, I want to try 3,100, or I want to try they try to push it as high as they can because cash flow is really important to them. Some on the opposite side are like, no, I don't want to raise it no matter what. And some are like in the middle where they're like, I want to figure out what the market is and then probably set it a little bit below that. That's kind of where Good Life's general philosophy is. Set it a little bit below market so that it reduces the chance they move out and keeps the tenant happy and keeps the income stream flowing. No matter where you fall, there's one thing everyone can agree on. They like to know where the market is and what if they are not raising the rent, kind of generally they like to know what they might be leaving on the table. So that gives you an idea of why, if you've had a tenant for 2-3 years, your property is probably at least 10% to 15% under market. And so if you have questions about this, let us know. We'll give you 2 options. You can run a free instant rent estimate report below. Also, we'll include information for our team if you want to call and have a private consultation. But let me know what you think in the comments below. If this is something that's been on your mind or that you've experienced, or have you been able to keep your rents competitive? Are you well below market? I think it will depend on the time of year you rented your home. But hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight on what's happened with prices. Remember, again, 2020 up 7, 2021 up 27, 2022 up 7, but then down 5. So like kind of a wash. So anyway, with the max being able to rent it 10% each year and not being able to raise, or excuse me, the max being able to raise it 10% and not being able to raise it in 2020 and 2021 as much, that's kind of where we're at. So I hope that made sense. I hope this helps. Let me know what you think in the comments below and let us know if we can help you with anything. Thanks so much.